Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is gonna be absolutely bonkers. Now, the data is in, and today's video is gonna be our comprehensive housing market update. And really what I'm gonna point out, guys, is how much inventory is being hidden. So I'm gonna access my local live MLS, and I'm gonna show you guys Lennar, and I'm gonna try to help you guys understand how much inventory Lennar is actually hiding off of MLS. Then I'm gonna talk about Opendoor, and I'm also gonna show you Opendoor and how much inventory Opendoor is keeping off the market. Now, after that, guys, we're gonna dig into everything interest rates. So we'll take a look at the new average interest rate. We'll take a look at the 10-year, the poll, and try to get an idea of what's gonna happen going into the future. Obviously, we're gonna take a look at inventory. I'm gonna report a little bit about where I'm at in my home purchasing journey, and we're going to end with member shout outs as far as first place comment and the comment with the most likes as far as an inspirational comment. So that's what we're in store for today, guys. Do me a favor for putting this together, and I do have chapters on this video. Like the video for me, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already, hit notifications and comment below. But regardless, guys, I'm excited. Let's get started right now. So where I want to start out is by talking about new construction and talking about Lennar. And what I've done, guys, is I've accessed my local MLS. And really what I want to paint a picture of is how much inventory that is essentially ready to be sold that is not on MLS. The reason I want to point that out is obviously one of the last phases in the housing market crash is inventory before inventory is price. So obviously we need inventory. So I thought it would be a really good idea just to show you guys. Now, I did do a video out in Tavola. So I wanted to zoom in right here, which is north of Houston. So Tavola's right over here. So I wanted to zoom in right here because I made a video of this community. And when I went out to do this video, there were 180 homes being worked on. And also there were several homes that were essentially able to be sold. And the reason why I want to point that out is look at this, guys. Almost none of those listings are on here. Look at this. There's almost none of those listings on here. So you guys remember, and I'll play some drone footage right now, and you guys will remember, according to the drone footage, I mean, look at all the houses, you guys. There were hundreds of houses available to be sold that are not reporting on MLS. And I believe the reason that is, it's kind of like the diamond trade. If they put too much inventory on the market, it's going to make home prices crash down even more. And you guys know that Lennar can't even sell to institutional investors right now for 20 to 25% off. The reason why Lennar can't sell to institutional investors right now is 20 to 25% off is still not a good deal. Hey. They have so much inventory. The new home builders, you guys, are way more desperate than you think. But let me show you something else. Not only does new construction, at least in my local housing market in Texas, not only do they have overwhelming amount of inventory that's not even on MLS, they are building at historical rates. So they are only going to add to the overwhelming amount of inventory. Take a look at how many homes are being constructed right now. So here's a chart from Fred Economic Data, new privately owned housing units under construction, total units, okay? Insane, you guys. So right now we're at about what, 1.7 million? So 1.7 million houses in November are being worked on. So let me just paint a picture for you guys. Let's look at historical, okay? This is the last 10 years. So over the last decade, look how much homes are being built. So they may not be requesting as many permits, right? But the building, you guys, is insane right now. Let me show you even more. Let's look at the max, okay? Look at this. We have never, according to this chart, look at this. According to this chart, going back to 1970, do you guys see this? Going back to 1970, we have never had so many privately owned housing units under construction in the history of the housing market. So in other words, y'all, I really hope that you understand on what's to come for especially Lennar, the #2 home builder in the nation, but not only Lennar. There's a lot of people that are in worse shape than Lennar. The reason why I'm talking about Lennar so often, guys, it's the #2 biggest builder in America, but also they've tried to desperately get ahead of the house price crashes. So in my opinion, Lennar has been the most proactive at running away from their inventory, right? By discounting it. So very astonishing, you guys. As we go into 2023, inventory is just going to flood the market, causing additional fire sales to begin in new construction. But that's not all. Also going to get overwhelming inventory from flip investors or investors, none other than Opendoor. Now, I believe in 2023 that Opendoor is going to file bankruptcy, because think about it. All of their assets right now are depreciating. They can't sell their assets. They can't sell their houses anymore. It's absolutely wild. But not only can they not sell their houses, you guys, they are hiding additional homes that they own. They're keeping off the market a lot of inventory, and that's what I'm about to show you guys. So I'm back on my active MLS right here, and remember, I'm just going to look up the agent that's in charge in my local market of Opendoor, which is Faris Rashid. All right, so Faris Rashid, I'm putting that here. Let me select his name. But I'm going to show you guys, and you guys may remember, in my local housing market, this is just Houston. And remember, I'm going to show you guys that they have way more than 578 homes, okay? That's the point of this segment. But right now, as you guys can see, in just my local market right here, Opendoor now has 578 homes, okay? So right now, Opendoor, who I think is going to go out of business or file bankruptcy in 2023, has actively right now in the Houston area 578 homes on the market. Here's the thing, you guys, they do not have all of their houses on the market. Take a look at Opendoor exclusives, okay? So here's Opendoor exclusive. This is a special, site where they're trying to manipulate people to buy even more houses. But look at this, guys. This is just in Houston. So on top of what you just saw, there is an extra 88 homes that are not on MLS. Not only are they not on MLS, they're trying to convince people to pay, to pay them without a realtor. Look at this. Look at all these price cuts. The thing is realtor commission is generally 6%. So these price cuts aren't enough, right? So they're saying, you guys, buy here through us without a realtor, and we'll give you additional money off. That's not a good thing. You want to know why it's not a good thing? Remember, they just got fined by the government $67 for manipulating people. But anyways, guys, another 88 homes in Houston. But let me show you what's going on also in Dallas. Let's scroll down here. You guys, this is so crazy. Look at this. Opendoor has in the Dallas area, look at 742 homes. One entity owns all of these homes, and they own them to try to flip. You guys, 742 listings in Dallas, right? But let's look at their exclusives. So let's take 742 and let's see what they have on their exclusives, okay? So I'm going to drop down here. I'm going to select Dallas, and they have, let's see, oh my gosh, 138. They have an extra 138 listings that is not on MLS in Dallas. That equals, let's see how many houses they have in Dallas. 742 plus 138, 880. 880, guys. They have over 130 houses hidden off of MLS, trying to solicit people to their website to not use a realtor. They've already been fined for manipulating people. Do y'all see what's happening here? Opendoor has depreciating assets that they can't sell because we're in a distressed housing market. And on top of that, it's a double whammy because we have quantitative tightening. So the loans that they have right now that are adjustable rate mortgages or adjustable loans to portfolio all of this, guess what? That all got a lot more expensive. Guess what's happening in January? Property taxes are due. They are going to own millions and millions of dollars. And guess what else? Their stock right now, Opendoor stock, is almost at under $1 a share. $1 a share. You guys, this is the biggest flipper in the US right now, the biggest active flipper. They're going to come crashing down. They need to sell those houses rapidly. They can't. What that means, guys, is for us in any places, in any metro areas where Opendoor is heavy, like Houston, Dallas, and Austin, that means that we're going to be able to get the buying opportunities of our lifetimes probably as soon as they start fire selling their homes. So it's going to be really interesting, guys. Pay attention to those areas, Austin, Dallas, and Houston, which I'll take you through. But I found it especially fascinating that not only Opendoor, but Lennar and many other home builders are, and I believe, intentionally leaving listings off of the market to manipulate prices. That's what I believe. I could be wrong, but I mean, you guys see it. They have so much off of MLS. Now, let's go to the next part of this video and talk about all things interest rates. All right, guys, so we are back at Fed economic data. This is the 30-year fixed rate mortgage average in the United States. As you guys can see, we had a very slight decrease downward. And if you guys remember, I'll pull the poll up in a minute here. That's exactly what I thought would happen. A slight downward trend. I thought 6.3. We're at 6.27. So essentially, you guys, the last few weeks have been essentially balanced, just as I thought. We're still at, double almost where we were at the beginning of the year. Remember that, a little less than double, but, we're close to having double the interest rates in just 1 year. So very, very interesting, you guys. Essentially, it remains unchanged. So let's take a look at the 10-year and then try to predict what interest rates are going to average next week. So take a look at the 10-year. Okay, guys, so here's the 10-year. This is as of 9:52 a.m. today, the 27th, which is my birthday. It's my birthday. I did a live this morning, you guys. I love doing lives because I get to answer your question. I actually had 3 viewers come onto my live video to do, ask questions and get answers. So it was really, really cool. But take a look at this, guys. The 10-year has skyrocketed just like I thought it would. I understand Japan, but look, 3.81. 10 years at 3.81. This has been skyrocketing, okay? Obviously, everything is just grossly inverted. I mean, this is all, you guys, this drives you crazy because these are all economic indicators of a recession. So we're obviously in a, it's not confirmed. It's not a confirmed recession, right? I guess. But we had 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP, although they did change Q3. So I don't know what they're doing with the data. But look at, guys, we're at 3.81. This is much higher than last week's average. So based on that alone, this is what I'm going to say. I expect interest rates to go up a decent amount. I'm guessing 30 basis points to an increase of 6.57%. I am basing that solely on the 10-year. And I'm going to throw up a poll, and I want you guys to vote on the poll based specifically on the 10-year and tell me whether or not you think next week's rates are going to be higher or lower. But take a look at the poll, and let's see if everyone got it right. Okay, guys, so here's the poll from last week. Now, I asked you guys, is it going to be higher or lower? Again, I think this is the 3rd time in the row the poll has got wrong. Your boy has went against the poll for 3 weeks straight, I believe, and I've got it right every single time. It actually was lower. Only 33% of people thought it would be lower, and only 2,000 votes. I think it's because I'm posting too much on my community tab, but do me a favor, guys, get this to 6,000. All right. I really want to make sure that you guys are paying attention to what's going on, because now I'm going to guess. All right. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to guess going into next week. I'm going to guess the rate. I already said it, but I'm going to guess they're higher. But I want to know what you think they're going to be next week. And again, the reason why I'm saying that, well, first of all, because the Fed said so, and we're fighting inflation. So to me, it's obvious. But the 10-year, right? The 10-year has ballooned since last week, and that is why I believe that we're going to be going into a week of higher interest rates. But also remember what I said. I told you guys, if you were shopping for a home, lock your rate, right? And I hope you guys did that, because if you didn't, you're waking up this morning to higher interest rates, and you're waking up this morning to higher payments on your mortgage. And I hope that doesn't happen. Now, what I want to do, guys, is I want to talk to you guys about current homeowners and what I believe is going to happen to the people that are in homes with super low interest rates. Okay. And then I'm going to go into DOM on my market. And I'm going to do my journey as far as purchasing real estate, and then member shout out. So I'll be super quick, but here's what I think is going to happen with current homeowners. Now, a lot of people, rightfully so, have said that a lot less people, and I would agree, less people will be selling their houses as a result of having a super low interest rate. Okay. That's a fact. Interest rates, other than the, second half of this year, really, really low, right? Super low 2 and 3% interest rates. So I do believe that a percentage of people will stay in their homes. Here's the thing, you guys. Remember, though, people don't stay in their homes for interest rates, although the Federal Reserve is forcing them to. They usually, the biggest reason why people move is employment, okay? So here's what's going to happen. As people need to move, some people are going to need to move regardless of their interest rates. I think what's going to happen, guys, is we're going to start seeing a lot of primary residences converted to rental properties because of cap rate. Most of these people that purchased, prior to the second half of this year are locked in at 2 and 3% interest rates. So many people that, are in these low interest rates can convert their primary residence to a rental and cash flow well, right? Have a tremendous cash flow. I think that's what's going to happen, guys, because people are going to see that, they can't sell their house anymore and get crazy profits, right? Depending on when you purchased your house, obviously. But I believe we're going to see an overwhelming amount of people convert from a primary residence to a rental and then move as a result of the very favorable financing and a great cap rate. Now, I believe in turn, you guys, what that's going to do is continue to cripple investors. And we want that. So if there's more and more rental units in the market, obviously what's going to happen when we have too much supply, price is going to go down, rent's going to go down. That's going to hurt even more a lot of these investors, whether they're Airbnb, long-term, flip investors, whatever it is. I believe that's going to compound the situation, guys. And I believe that this housing market crash is really going to be revolving around investors. I think investors and rich people are going to get hurt more. They're going to hit more than last time. I believe a lot of the housing market crash is going to have to do with that. And I believe that people are still going to move like they always move, even with their low interest rates. But instead of selling, there will be a large amount of people that convert to a rental and start cash flowing. At least that's what I'm believing, you guys. Now, what I want to show you is my own local housing market, and I want to show you the days on market, because the days on market, you guys, is a really good indication of whether or not your market is going to experience continued price decline. And again, that's days on market. And remember, you guys can go to Altos Research to look at your own housing market, right? Because it's zip code specific. So definitely go there. But let me show you my own housing market and then we'll finish up this video. All right, guys. So here is me accessing the data. You already know that I've done a market analysis on Kingwood and square footage. I've categorized, these are all the active listings right here in my local market of Kingwood. I've categorized this by price per square foot just to see, what the cheapest price per square foot is. We have about 10 properties now that are under, 2021 levels. Some of them are even under 2019 levels at $98 a square foot. But you guys remember, me saying that you should get a realtor to help you with this. I mean, categorizing all of the active listings by price per square foot, to be honest, that's a really good way to dig into a whole bunch of data. Then from there, do more investigation. But now I'm going to categorize it by DOM, which is over here. Okay, so let me show you. Look at all of these houses, you guys. All right, and I'm going to tell you the percentage. Look at all of these houses that look at the days in the market, 171 days. Let me go to the second page. I want to see how many have over 100. So it stops at right here. All right, so what this represents, and I need to look at you guys on this one. What this represents is 37%. 37% of the active inventory, the active listings that are in my own local housing market have been on the market over 100 days. 37%. Y'all, the housing market right now, dead. It is the last 3 weeks, dead, flatline. It's dead. I see it in the industry. It's absolutely dead, you guys. But remember, those are some of the tools that you guys can use to find homes for pennies on the dollar and potentially the best deal of your lifetime. Before I do this week's shout outs, let me tell you where I'm at with my own home buying journey. And you guys know that I will do that, an update on every update video as far as where I'm at. Now, remember you guys, the soonest that I plan on purchasing in is February. Now, my lease is good until July 1st. So I can easily push that out to Q2, and I can also extend my lease. But nevertheless, my target is in February. Now, as a result of that, and I would, my opinion is everyone should get pre-qualified a minimum of 3 months before purchasing. So that's what I did. Now, I'm the loan officer, so obviously I sent it all into myself. But what I did is I sent in all my qualifying documents to a loan officer. That loan officer reviewed my qualifying documents, put it in the loan application, which was me, and ran automated underwriting to make sure that I can get that underwriting approval. Now, every single loan officer should run your qualification through automated underwriting, either LP or DU, which is loan prospector or desktop underwriter, okay? Remember what I'm saying, you guys, because these are definitely important tools. Now, what I'm gonna do, because again, I've got out of sales, but I'm still gonna link on at least the update videos because I don't want people assuming the wrong thing, someone that I trust in Texas when it comes to residential mortgage lending, which is Jennifer Rader. Her information will be in the description of only my housing market update video. So if you guys have questions or want to get qualified or wondering loan programs in Texas, reach out to her because I'm out. All right. I can't do it. And the same thing with sales, y'all. I'm getting your emails. I really appreciate that. But that's where I am, guys. I know that I can qualify for a home. I know my price point. I know my payment, and I know my out-of-pocket expense. So check, right? And I had her run, well, actually I did it myself, but I had them run underwriting on my file. So I have a lot of reassurances in place. I put a check mark next to that really important thing when it comes to purchasing a home. So that's where I'm at. Now let's go to the part of the video where we do our members shout out. So let's start with the first place comment goes to obviously my man Deuster. We had some people that were close, but you know, Deuster just took over. You know, you guys motivate Deuster, he's gonna take over. All right. Deuster, mad love to you guys. You guys, it means a lot to me. I know it's just putting first. It takes like, you know, very little thinking, but to me, it really shows support. So, you know, it just means a lot to me, guys. I really sincerely mean that. Deuster, I love you, man. Although he did trick me on my live. He's a moderator. I was like, oh, he has a question. I just threw it up on a live video. He did me wrong, but this man donated $100 in live chat. Deuster, you shouldn't have done that, man. That means so much to me. Don't do it anymore. I want you to save your money. But Deuster, you are the champion once again, brother. I don't know if you're going to be beat. If you stay motivated, I'm pretty sure you're not going to be beat. So you guys, if you see Deuster, give him some love and say, don't get your boy real estate mindset again. So here we're going to take a look at the comment champion, because I also wanted to, you know, highlight someone that had really, really good insights. So, you know, again, after this video, vote on the rate. Then I'm going to do the comment challenge tomorrow so that I don't put, you know, so I don't publish too much in my community section. But big props to the MX Junkie 11. She won with 28 votes, y'all. And this is what her answer was. My question was, what advice can we give the new uneducated home buyer? Her answer is this: do not take out the maximum loan amount the bank approves you for. Leave enough buffer to still be able to live life and have a cushion for rainy days, especially in today's world. So don't get overextended. I definitely agree. And don't beat yourself up for renting. Also totally agree. Not owning a house yet. Renting provides flexibility and other benefits like reduced risk and opportunity to try different cities and neighborhoods before pulling the trigger of home ownership. Have a nice Sunday. Well said. Absolutely well said, MX Junkie. Big shout out to you. Definitely appreciate you guys. Really good comments. You guys go to my community tab, check out some of these comments. You guys are probably going to fall in love with some of these people. So you guys, in conclusion, here's what I'm saying. 2023, it's going to be a great year, but also be careful, because remember what I said, there is a very fine line between finding the best opportunity of your lifetime and having financial destruction. Very fine line there. So just don't rush it, is my point. Now, and also understand that the reason I'm jumping the gun on buying is I'm really, really well qualified, right? And I have an expectation of loss of equity. So most people don't have that. And that's why I'm saying, and honestly, guys, here's the thing that I just want to end on this. If you're a first-time home buyer, if you're not well leveraged, you're probably not going to want to buy in 2023. I'm just going to say it like that. You're probably going to want to wait to 2024, because I don't believe we're going to bottom out necessarily in 2023. I believe if we hit the bottom in 2023, it'll be Q4. But it really depends on what the Federal Reserve does when they pivot and how many things are broken in the meantime. But other than that, guys, I really appreciate you following along with me on this journey. I really hope you guys got some value, insights, and perspective today. And if you're out there investing in real estate, you know I wish you luck, and I hope you win.